Definitely shoot that. That's ending up on Twitter. You do realize
Yes,
it's so good on Twitter.
So.
I actually am excited for that moment. Make sure somebody in the chat does that, and also at me and Chris in it. But anyway, we're here. Radix versus Cryptick. Cryptick taking map number 1, as we saw Chris in the hard point. Going into search and destroy though. I really think if Radix are going to do anything in this series to bring this one back, they're tying the series up here. But Cryptick are going to start off the first kill, and it's Tamo.
Yeah, it's a big first kill as well. It's given a lot of information knowing whether they're going to go, and it's been traded out this side. Well, hang on, it's a 1v3 situation out of nowhere. You can't really get your words out of the speed of this game on Search and Destroy is immense.
No.
But that's a lovely little two-piece there. It's now made it a 1v1 situation, and it's him versus Ashy. And he swiped each other, but Ashy, better gun skill there.
Tell you what,
picks off that
the
one.
faces of Cryptick for a second then were like, their hearts had just sank. They were like, we were about to get 1v3'd by Haz, who I'm going to say is a very, very good player. But the handshake was so scared over that table. They're like, yeah, well played, Ashy. Yeah, well played.
Oh, don't do that again.
don't. Let's clutch up next time. But Cryptick coming out, getting the first round in. They did the same thing in the hard point, came out straight away, enforced it. They made sure that they were, proving to Radix they're here to win. And they're doing the same thing in Search and Destroy. I always feel like the first round in S&D is like the confidence round for your team. If you get the first one on the board, it feels a little bit easier going into it. But anyway, it's going to be a 2-team stack on A and a 2 on B. But it's a 4-man push coming in for the boys over on Cryptick. Tamo will have the bomb as he's going to be the furthest pushed up whacker with the K-bar. Throws his nades out, does get a hit marker on one of the players at the back, but you can see those players on the minimap are beginning to rotate over. We've got a 4v4 gunfight, but it's Ashy who will find the first kill.
Yeah, the one problem about throwing that sort of nade straight over the top is that it gives a bit of information to the opposition. If your nade doesn't connect, they're going to know at least one of you are pushing it. And to be fair, the B bomb site is the most favourable bomb site to go for, just because of how open it is. A bomb site very enclosed, and it can cause a lot of damage. But they're looking like they're going to rotate. They've given enough information away. 2v2 situation. It's going to be interesting how they play this one out, because they're playing very passive right now and allowing the opposition to get in front of them.
I think they're trying to juke the rotation. Oh, it works so well as well. They tried to juke the rotation, making out like they were going towards A, instead of going straight towards A and just basically spearheading A bomb. They knew the players on the other team were going to either come and flank B, check where they were before they went and checked A. Perfect awareness by this team. Wako and Ashy both pick up a kill. They're 2-0 up in this one. I would be very, very surprised if we see this series 3-0.
It's not going to go 3-0. I'm telling you now, it won't go 3-0. This Radix side, they're very, very talented. And I don't see it. I just can't. But, I mean, the way that Cryptick have been playing all weekend, it's really no surprise that they're sort of in a good position going into this. But they have been known to let slip. We did see them drop a map against Bulldog, which was, in essence, kind of surprising at the time, just because of the way Cryptick were playing. But Radix, they can possibly do this. They can possibly take a map or two and take this one to a game 5 if they step it up. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
And it came all down to Shawnee for the last player alive on Cryptick, but eventually he will get cleared up as well. Great offensive push, pushing out of the B bomb site, not actually wanting to put it down as such, but playing for the kills. Harry Harbar and Dexter are going to have the final 2 bullets firing into Shawnee. He does take Harbar down with him, but the bullets from Dexter will clear him up. Taking a look at the scoreboard just to kick this one off. Ashy starting 4-1. Remember, he's a highlight player of this series that I said. And actually, that's a good question for you. We should really do this. My highlight player from Cryptick was Ashy. I'm going to have to ask you who your highlight player from Radix is.
Right now, it's probably going to be Voom.
Like
he's a very, very good player. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He's in that sort of position all the time where his awareness. His awareness is fantastic. All the time, map awareness, fantastic. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to manipulate that and control the opposition team. But at the minute, it looks like they're going to be able to go straight away to a bomb site uncontested unless somebody comes through the back door, as we're kind of seeing any second now. And just get away with it.
Oh, Voom, he was going through that back door that you did point out. He ended up getting killed, and I don't know if you heard that picked up on the mic, but Tamo let him know as well. It's now a 2 versus 4. Let's go on board with the Cryptick boys as they're going to begin to put bomb down. Well, sorry, bomb is gone down. And now 35 seconds. Haz and Harry Harbar have got to defuse. This is all down to Haz in the 1 versus 3. He's going to get 1, but then, sorry, 1 versus 4. He's going to take one of them down. And then it was 1 versus 3, but he was taken down swiftly there. So now, Cryptick up 3-1 in this one. I know the first 3 rounds are great, but it's the last 3 rounds in my eyes that matter.
Yeah, exactly. This is where you start to maintain, sort of balance. The first few are about information, seeing how the teams play, and then being able to counter it. Now that you know how they play, It's time to work upon that. You say they're going for a B-bomb push. You can see that. Let's go rotate.
I mean, the question I've got to ask you, Chris, is, you know, we saw the only round Radix won was on offense, where they played a very aggressive out of B and basically tried to fly at Cryptick. Here we're doing the strat we saw yesterday, which Cryptick actually used, which was the faking the B rotation, because, well, as you can see on the map, Cryptick are aware of this. That it's, you know, it's basically their strategy that they were using this event. They're going to be able to rotate back. But I think the question I have to ask you is, in terms of in Radix, is the only way they're winning rounds if they're like super aggressive, or is passive going to work at all against this Cryptick roster?
It's not going to work. You need to be very aggressive, but at the same time you need to be doing it as a cohesive unit. You can't be doing it solo. I mean, both teams have very good sustainability, both of them, but it's not always going to work. I mean, that's a huge 2 kill there from Dexter. He's able to take that one down, and Radix actually take that round very, very quickly within a space of 10 seconds. So if they can maintain that, and and do exactly what they get aggressive, and trade out the kills, perfectly fine. They will carry on and possibly take this map.
Well, Radix are making this one a little bit closer anyway. It's now 3-2. Cryptick were 3-1 up. Giving away another round though to the Radix boys, and it has really, you can pay attention to 6-3. He's having a great game so far. Interesting to see though what the offensive side is going to do. Wacko will have the bomb. It looks like they are going to make their way towards B. Tried to get the bomb down there. It's worked for them so far on 2 rounds. There are a few players down towards the end there. One player does tag Wacko up there before. He will have to back up. But the interesting player to look at is Tamo here. He's literally going on a full flank. He's got 4 players in front of him. Surely he's got to make sure he takes at least one of these down. He's seen literally 3.
So much information.
Look at the patience he's got as well. Finds 1. There's 2. There's 3.
No.
Well played by Tamo. Last player alive will be Dexter. He will get a kill. But can we just say, Tamo, the patience in that search and destroy.
That was a spicy little play. Able to get right the way around to the back of the players and pick up a lovely little 3-piece before anyone could really react. But then, yes, perfectly traded out there by Wacko as his teammate does.
But that's the thing we were just talking about, Chris. We were saying the aggressiveness needs to come from Radix. They tried to play aggressive, and Cryptick end up flanking them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still got to be aware. I mean, if you're going to be aggressive, you still got to be aware of the flank, especially with a map like this. It can happen within the space of 7 seconds. You can get from one side of the map to the other, and it can change the plan, the entire plan altogether, which it happened there for Radix.
Yep. Well, we're on board with Radix. It's their turn to go on offense. There's going to be a player pushed up on the bomb already, though. That's going to be Wacko, as he's going to play now up to back up. I think they've got the call out that there are 4 players running and flying at them. This is the aggressive round we saw the first time they won, and Voom is going to take down his teammate Has with a nade. Not the best thing in the world. Actually, I think they almost just teammated himself again there. But now they will begin to push through. Those players are backed up and are waiting for them. The player on top 6 is going to stay alive. He turns. Tamo's taking down Wacko as well, so there's 2 team kills gone down so far, but it's a 3 versus 2 situation. Cryptick have Shawnee alive and Ashi, but now it's all down to Ashi. He's got 2 players to deal with, Voom and Dexter. In my eyes, if this round is won by Ashi, I think it's going to be... Oh, no! Ooh, for a second, I thought Dexter was going to spin at him. Oh, he's just gone to pull out the secondary weapon. Oh, I think it may have been... I think it was the secondary weapon he went to pull out there. But he's got a little bit stuck with that one, and eventually will get traded. Can we just comment on how Dexter just almost span on Ashi?
I don't want to, because it was almost filthy. Like, it would have been just absolutely wrong.
I mean, I think we would have heard about it if that had happened.
Just a little bit. I think both sides would have got a little bit hyped. One of them would have been angry, yelling abuse. The other one would have just been yelling abuse, but extremely ecstatic, because that's a big win.
If anybody can hear abuse being shouted actually through the mic, we have got a great game going on in the background. It's Valor Esports versus Team Perfuse. Sadly, we could not get that one on stream, but the winner of that will then go on to play Bulldog Hybrid or Team Legacy, and then eventually Bulldog Esports from there on. So that will be a good day lined up for those 2 teams. We'll try and keep you updated as much as we can on the results over on that one. But I'm on board with Tamo here, once again playing very aggressive so far in these defensive rounds. This time it ain't going to work though. Voom will take him down. Cryptick have 3 players left though now, and it looks like they are going to try to maybe work a mid-map here, but those players are converting into a bomb. Radix on defense so far. Now we'll have called Wacko out. It looks like the player number 7, which was Ashi, comes around with a perfect flank, and at least they traded a kill. It's now a 3v3.
Yes, this is nice work. What I like from this Radix side is that they've learned from their mistakes early on in the search and destroy.
Oh, who's that?
And they're actually able to come with it. Oh, Shawnee, a bit wavy shots there, lad. But actually able to take out Voom. Now a 3v2 situation in favour of Cryptick. We'll hop on board with Ashley as he's on the wall run as bomb gets planted at B. 2 players of Radix though, looking like they're coming through from their own spawn.
Shawnee could get very good timing here, a nice 2-piece if this works out for him.
He could. He's going to spot 1. Oh, that timing. He hasn't seen him. He has now.
I felt like I jinxed him then for a second. But it's a 1 versus 2 though.
Yeah, I don't know how he won that gunfight at all. but you know it works. 1v2. Dexter doesn't see the player to his left until late. Going to turn to his right side. If he would have won that, that would have been ridiculous.
That would have worked. That would have been great 2-piece. But I mean, you just got one thing we have to comment on is the position in a Cryptick, right?
Yeah.
They play so close to each other. But one thing I want to point out is a lot of teams do get told to play close to each other. They play too close to each other. They get 2-pieced and 3-pieced.
Yes.
Cryptick, you know, Wacko lies down behind something. He's not even looking at any part of the map whatsoever. His teammate is completely just relying on the intel for him. And if he dies, Wacko pops his head up and will get the kill. That, if anything, shows team chemistry in a team for me.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, but it can sometimes come around and bite you in the backside.
Yeah.
I mean, if you slip up one little bit and he doesn't react in time, even that split second, it's going to cost you a round, and that round could be a huge one. So we'll see how Radix goes with if Cryptick take this next round, they will win this search and destroy and go 2-0 up, so they need to pull something out. But it is a
good for them
2v2 situation, and oh no, Shawnee is taking it down. It's down to Harry Harbar. 1v2 situation. Can he clutch up?
He slides right under the nose of, I think, was Tamo. 2 players around the back left, though. He's going to find one. He found the second. He does! And that's going to be 5-4. Big round coming in there from Harry Harbaugh. He had the 1 versus 2 to deal with. He ends up clutching up in that one. Taking this one to 5-4. Now, if this one gets won by Radix, you're going to go back and look at highlight plays like that one from Harry Harbaugh to basically be one that instigated that whole thing.
And you know, it's exactly what you were saying in the last round. Cryptick played very, very close. And the fact that they were both watching the exact same way as well cost them that map. That round. And now they're now in a situation where it's 4 to 5. And if Radix can take this defensive round, which they are very good at playing, it's going to be a 5 apiece. We're going to round 11. The first Search and Destroy of Championship Sunday. One
thing you have to pay attention to the most in Search and Destroy is the specialist abilities. Ashi, active camo, Shawnee, FTL jump. Over the other side, Harry Harbaugh did have something, but he's dropped already, so Dexter with rewind. Now, it's going to be a push towards this B-bomb area, but it's interesting to see what Dexter's going to do. Being the only player really with rewind and in a position to do any sort of flank, Ashi will take him down, now has the back up. Dexter, you've just seen your teammate clutch a 1v2. It's your turn to do a 1v4.
Step up to the plate, Dexter. This is going to be absolutely insane before it's run off. Unfortunately, you're not going to, and Cryptick will go 2-0 up in this best of 5 series on Championship Sunday. Looking very good, and they could possibly take this 3-0.
Cryptick winning 6-4, 2-0 up in the series. Not something that I think either of us expected with the high caliber of players on the opposite team, but you've got to give it to them. Like we said, they came here, they were ready, they've been practicing since this morning. They've come here determined to get at least a top 2 placing at this event.
Oh, without a doubt they have, but it's not over yet. Radix still can pull this one back, winning the next uplink, followed by the